Welcome back to the channel and includes strong keywords like valuable US coins, half dollar, in God we trust, e pluribus unum, coin collectors to help with YouTube search. Writing. Welcome back to the channel, amazing collectors and coin enthusiasts. Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us today. If you love discovering rare and valuable US coins, you are in the right place. Today we are talking about an incredible United States of America half-dollar coin that has captured the attention of collectors all over the world. Many people don't realize that some ordinary-looking coins in their pocket change could actually be worth a surprising amount of money. Coins with historic inscriptions like, "In God We Trust," and "E Pluribus Unum" are not just currency. They are pieces of American history. Some rare half-dollar coins have become extremely valuable because of their mint marks, limited mintage, and unique features that collectors are always searching for. In this video, we will explore the fascinating story behind this United States half-dollar, why collectors love it, and what makes certain versions more valuable than others. If you are a coin collector, a beginner, or someone who just found an old coin and wants to know its value, this video is going to be very helpful for you. So stay tuned, watch until the end, and you might discover that the coin you have could be worth much more than you ever imagined. Let's dive into the world of rare and valuable US half-dollar coins. If you want, I can also give you SEO-optimized description. The 1971 United States of America half-dollar coin with the famous words, "Liberty," and "In God We Trust," is one of the most interesting coins collectors search for today. This historic coin belongs to the famous Kennedy half-dollar series, which was first introduced in 1964 to honor the legacy of John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States. By 1971, this coin had already become a symbol of American history and patriotism. Many people still have this coin in old collections, coin jars, or family savings without realizing that some rare versions can be worth far more than their face value. The obverse side of the 1971 half-dollar displays the powerful portrait of President John F. Kennedy facing left. Around the portrait you can clearly see the word liberty, which represents freedom and the core values of the United States. Just below the neck area you will find the year 1971, marking the year this coin was produced. The phrase "In God We Trust" is written beneath the portrait, a national motto that appears on many American coins. This powerful design was created by the talented sculptor Gilroy Roberts, whose work gave the coin its iconic and recognizable appearance. On the reverse side of the coin, you will see the impressive presidential seal of the President of the United States. The design features a majestic eagle holding an olive branch and arrows, symbolizing peace and strength. Above the eagle are the words United States of America, while the denomination half-dollar appears below. Surrounding the eagle are stars representing the states of the nation. This reverse design was created by Frank Gasparo, the chief engraver of the United States Mint, and it remains one of the most recognizable coin designs in American history. One important fact about the 1971 half-dollar is that it was the first year the coin was no longer made with silver for circulation. Earlier Kennedy half-dollars from 1964 contained 90% silver, while the coins from 1965 to 1970 contained 40% silver. However, beginning in 1971, the United States Mint changed the composition to a copper-nickel-clad structure. This change was made because silver prices were rising and the government needed a more affordable metal for mass production. Even though these coins no longer contain silver, they still became extremely popular among collectors. The 1971 half-dollar was minted in several locations including the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Coins from Philadelphia usually have no mint mark, while coins from Denver carry the D mint mark. Millions of these coins were produced, but certain high-quality examples or coins with unusual mint errors can be surprisingly valuable today. Coin collectors often examine these coins carefully because rare variations can sometimes be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Some of the most valuable examples of the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar are coins that have minting errors. These errors can include double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or dramatic die cracks. When a coin is struck incorrectly during production at the United States Mint, it can create a unique piece that collectors are eager to obtain. Because each error coin is different, The value can increase dramatically depending on the rarity and condition of the piece. Another factor that determines the value of a 1971 half-dollar is its condition or grade. Coins that have never been used in circulation are known as uncirculated coins. These coins often have bright luster, sharp details, and very little wear. Professional grading companies such as Professional Coin Grading Service and Numismatic Guarantee Company evaluate coins and assign grades based on their preservation. A high-grade 1971 half-dollar can sell for significantly more than a coin that has been heavily circulated. Collectors also pay close attention to special proof versions of the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar. Proof coins were specially produced for collectors with polished dies and carefully prepared planchets. These coins usually have a mirror-like surface and extremely sharp details. Many proof coins from 1971 were struck at the San Francisco Mint and often carry the S Mint mark. Because of their beauty and limited production, proof coins are highly desirable in the coin collecting community. Today, the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar continues to attract collectors around the world. While many examples are still worth only 50 cents, rare high-grade coins and unique mint error pieces can sell for impressive prices in auctions and private collections. Coin enthusiasts love searching through old coin rolls, inherited collections, and bank boxes hoping to discover a valuable piece. Sometimes a simple coin that looks ordinary can turn out to be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. For anyone interested in coin collecting, the 1971 half-dollar is a fascinating reminder of American history and craftsmanship. The powerful portrait of John F. Kennedy, the patriotic motto "In God We Trust," and the detailed presidential seal on the reverse make this coin a true classic of the United States coinage. Whether it is found in circulation, passed down through family collections, or discovered in an old coin jar, the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar continues to inspire collectors and treasure hunters who believe that rare coins can still hold incredible value today. The 1993 D. Kennedy half-dollar from the United States of America is one of those fascinating coins that many people overlook in their everyday pocket change. Yet it holds a story that collectors truly appreciate. When you see the word liberty and the famous motto "In God We Trust" on this coin, you are looking at a design that has represented American pride and history for decades. The Kennedy half-dollar series was first introduced in 1964 to honor the legacy of John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States, and since then it has become one of the most recognized coins in American numismatics. The 1993 D version was struck at the Denver Mint, which is why the small D mint mark appears on the coin. Even though millions were produced, certain examples of this coin can still attract serious attention from collectors around the world. When you look closely at the front of the coin, known as the obverse, you will see a powerful portrait of John F. Kennedy facing left. Around the portrait you can read the word liberty along the top edge, and the phrase "In God We Trust" placed below the neck. The year 1993 is clearly visible, reminding us of the time when this coin entered circulation. The design itself was created by the talented engraver Gilroy Roberts, whose work captured the strong and dignified appearance of Kennedy. For collectors, the sharpness of this design is very important. Coins that show clear details in the hair, jawline, and lettering are usually more desirable and can command higher prices in the collector's market. Turning the coin over to the reverse side reveals a majestic heraldic eagle design. This powerful symbol of American strength was created by Frank Gasparo, who served as the chief engraver of the United States Mint. The eagle holds an olive branch and arrows in its talons, representing peace and strength at the same time. Above the eagle you will notice the words United States of America, while the denomination half-dollar appears at the bottom. The phrase "E pluribus unum," meaning "out of many, one," is also included, symbolizing the unity of the nation. For coin collectors, the reverse design is just as important as the front, especially when the feathers, shield lines, and lettering remain crisp and well-defined. The United States Mint produced the 1993 D. Kennedy half-dollar mainly for circulation, and millions of coins were struck that year. However, despite the large mintage, not every coin survives in perfect condition. Over time, coins can become scratched, worn, or damaged from daily use. This is why collectors pay special attention to coins that remain in mint condition. A coin graded as mint state, meaning it has never been circulated, can be far more valuable than one that has spent years in pocket change. Another important factor that collectors look for is the presence of mint errors. Sometimes during the minting process, small mistakes can occur, creating unique and rare varieties. These errors may include doubled lettering, off-center strikes, or unusual die marks. While most 1993 D. Kennedy half dollars are standard issues, discovering one with a noticeable error can significantly increase its value. That is why experienced collectors carefully examine every detail of their coins using magnifying glasses or professional tools. The composition of the 1993 D. Kennedy half dollar is also interesting. Unlike the original 1964 version, which contained a high percentage of silver, the 1993 coin is made primarily of copper and nickel. This change happened in the late 1960s when rising silver prices forced the government to remove silver from most circulating coins. Even though the 1993 coin does not contain silver, it still holds value among collectors because of its historical connection to the Kennedy series and its iconic design. Collectors often grade coins using a numerical scale to determine their quality. A heavily worn coin might be graded in the lower range, while a perfectly preserved coin could reach a high mint state grade. The difference in value between these grades can be surprising. A circulated 1993 D. Kennedy half dollar may only be worth its face value of 50 cents, but a pristine example with brilliant luster and sharp details can sell for several dollars or more. In some rare cases, exceptionally graded coins certified by professional grading services can command even higher prices in auctions or private sales. The popularity of the Kennedy half dollar series has remained strong for decades. Many collectors began saving these coins as a tribute to President Kennedy, and that tradition continues today. The 1993 D issue is part of a long timeline of coins that reflect American history, craftsmanship, and national identity. Even though it might seem like an ordinary coin at first glance, it carries a deep story that connects collectors, historians, and everyday people who appreciate the beauty of coinage. For those interested in coin collecting, examining coins like the 1993 D. Kennedy half dollar can be the beginning of an exciting journey. Searching through old coin jars, bank rolls, or inherited collections might reveal hidden treasures. Sometimes a coin that appears common can turn out to be a high-grade specimen or a rare mint error. That sense of discovery is what keeps collectors passionate about numismatics and motivates them to learn more about each coin's design, history, and potential value. In today's collector market, coins like the 1993 D. Kennedy half dollar continue to attract attention not because they are extremely rare, but because they represent an important chapter in modern American coinage. The combination of the powerful portrait of John F. Kennedy, the inspiring motto "In God We Trust," and the proud eagle on the reverse makes this coin a symbol of national heritage. Whether you are an experienced collector or someone just starting to explore the world of coins, taking a closer look at this half dollar could reveal more value in history than you ever expected. The 1927 United States of America half dollar with the famous words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" is one of those historic coins that captures the imagination of collectors around the world. When people first see this coin, they immediately notice the powerful design and the feeling of American history it carries. Coins from the 1920s were produced during a fascinating time in the United States, a period filled with economic growth, cultural change, and artistic expression. Because of this, many collectors believe that coins from this era are not just currency but small pieces of history that survived for nearly a century. One of the first things collectors examine on a 1927 half dollar is the condition of the coin. Even though millions of coins were produced in the early 20th century, not many survived in perfect shape. Over decades, coins were used in daily transactions, passed from hand to hand, and exposed to wear and damage. When a collector finds a 1927 half dollar with sharp details, strong lettering, and minimal scratches, the value can rise dramatically. A well-preserved example often becomes highly desirable in auctions and private collections. The design of the coin is another reason why it attracts attention. On the front side, also known as the obverse, the word liberty appears proudly as a symbol of freedom and national identity. The phrase "In God We Trust" reflects a long-standing motto used on many American coins, representing faith and tradition. These words were carefully engraved by talented artists working at the United States Mint, and their craftsmanship is still admired by collectors today. Every line, star, and letter was designed to create a coin that would be both functional and beautiful. When examining the reverse side of a 1927 half-dollar, collectors often look for the iconic American imagery that represents strength and unity. Many coins from this period display national symbols such as the eagle, which stands for power and independence. The reverse also includes inscriptions like United States of America and the denomination half-dollar. These details help identify the coin and confirm its authenticity, which is extremely important for collectors and dealers who specialize in historic currency. Another factor that makes the 1927 half-dollar interesting is its connection to the economic environment of the late 1920s. This was just before the famous stock market crash that led to the Great Depression. Coins from this time circulated during a period when everyday Americans were experiencing rapid economic changes. Because of that historical context, collectors often feel that owning such a coin is like holding a physical reminder of an important chapter in American history. Mint marks are also very important when evaluating a 1927 half-dollar. These small letters indicate where the coin was produced. For example, coins struck at the United States Mint facilities in different cities may carry mint marks such as D for Denver or S for San Francisco, while some coins were produced in Philadelphia without a visible mark. Certain mint marks can make the coin rarer than others, and rarity often leads to higher collector demand and greater value in the marketplace. Collectors also carefully analyze the metal composition of the coin. Many half-dollars from the early 20th century were struck using high-quality silver. This means that even beyond its collectible value, the coin also carries intrinsic value based on its precious metal content. Over time, as silver prices rise and fall, the melt value of such coins changes as well. However, rare dates or well-preserved examples can be worth far more than the value of their silver alone. Grading plays a major role in determining the price of a collectible coin. Professional grading companies examine factors such as luster, strike quality, and surface preservation. A coin graded in higher mint state condition can sell for significantly more than a heavily circulated one. For example, a 1927 half-dollar with brilliant shine and crisp details might attract competitive bidding from collectors who want the best possible example for their collection. Another reason collectors search for older half-dollars is the possibility of discovering rare varieties or errors. Sometimes coins leave the mint with small differences in design or production mistakes. These variations can make a coin extremely interesting to collectors. A subtle change in lettering, a double design, or an unusual strike could turn an ordinary coin into a highly sought-after collectible piece. The popularity of coin collecting has grown rapidly in recent years. Online marketplaces, auctions, and collector communities have made it easier than ever for people to learn about rare coins and find valuable pieces. Many enthusiasts spend years searching through old coin jars, estate collections, and antique markets hoping to discover hidden treasures like a historic 1927 half-dollar. For beginners, the most important step when examining an old coin is careful observation. Using a magnifying glass or coin loop can help reveal small details such as mint marks, fine lines in the design, or signs of wear. Proper storage is also important. Coins should be kept in protective holders or albums to prevent scratches, tarnish, and environmental damage. Preserving the coin's condition helps maintain both its historical importance and its market value. The story of the 1927 United States half-dollar reminds collectors that every coin has a journey. From the moment it was struck at the mint nearly a century ago to the present day, it may have traveled through countless hands, wallets, and collections. Each scratch or mark could represent a moment in history, a purchase, or a personal story from someone who once used the coin in everyday life. Today, collectors continue to search for coins like the 1927 half-dollar because they combine history, artistry, and potential value in a single small object. Whether someone is a beginner starting their first collection or an experienced numismatist building a rare set, coins from this era remain fascinating pieces of American heritage. Holding such a coin can feel like holding a tiny piece of the past, a reminder that even everyday objects can become valuable historical treasures over. The 1990p United States of America $50 featuring the word liberty and the famous motto "In God We Trust" is a coin that many collectors and coin hunters often overlook. At first glance, it may seem like just another regular $50, but when you look closer, you begin to discover the history, design, and hidden collector value that make this coin interesting to millions of coin enthusiasts around the world. This coin belongs to the famous Kennedy $50 series, one of the most recognized coins in American numismatic history. Many people still have these coins sitting quietly in jars, drawers, or old collections without realizing that some versions could be worth far more than their face value. The 1990p $50 was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which is represented by the small P mint mark on the coin. The Philadelphia Mint is one of the oldest and most important minting facilities in the United States, producing coins for over 2 centuries. Coins from this mint are known for their consistent quality and historical significance. The 1990p $50 was produced in large numbers, with millions of coins entering circulation. Because of this high mintage, most circulated examples are typically worth only their face value of 50 cents. But collectors know that certain well-preserved pieces or rare error coins can be much more valuable. On the front of the coin, also known as the obverse, you will see the detailed portrait of John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States. The Kennedy $50 series was first introduced in 1964 shortly after the tragic assassination of President Kennedy. The design was created by the talented sculptor Gilroy Roberts, whose portrait captured Kennedy's strong profile and leadership spirit. Surrounding the portrait are the inscriptions "Liberty," the national motto "In God We Trust," and the year of issue, which in this case is 1990. These inscriptions represent the core values of the United States and have appeared on American coins for generations. The reverse side of the coin displays a powerful national symbol, the heraldic eagle of the United States. This design was created by Frank Gasparo, who served as the chief engraver of the United States Mint. The eagle holds an olive branch and arrows, representing the nation's desire for peace but readiness to defend itself. Above the eagle appears a ring of stars symbolizing the original states, and the words United States of America and $50 clearly identify the denomination. The reverse design is bold and detailed, making the coin visually striking even decades after it was minted. In terms of physical characteristics, the 1990p Kennedy $50 is composed primarily of copper and nickel. The coin weighs approximately 11.34 grams and measures 30.6 millimeters in diameter, giving it a solid and noticeable feel compared to smaller denominations. Unlike the earlier $50 minted before 1971, the 1990 version does not contain silver. However, this does not mean it lacks collector interest. Condition plays a huge role in determining the value of modern coins like this one. Coins that remain in mint state condition, meaning they show no signs of wear and retain their original luster, can be much more appealing to collectors. Another factor that can dramatically increase the value of a 1990p $50 is the presence of minting errors. Coin errors occur during the manufacturing process and can include double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or other unusual features. These mistakes are rare, and collectors are always searching for them. If a 1990p $50 displays a strong error, its value could jump from just 50 cents to tens or even hundreds of dollars depending on the rarity and visibility of the mistake. This is why coin hunters carefully examine every detail under magnification. Professional coin grading also plays a major role in determining a coin's market price. Coins are often graded by respected organizations such as Professional Coin Grading Service and Numismatic Guarantee Company. These grading companies evaluate coins based on their condition, strike quality, luster, and overall appearance. A 1990p Kennedy $50 that receives a very high grade, such as MS 66 or MS 67, can become significantly more desirable among collectors. High-grade coins are much harder to find because most coins experience wear as they circulate in everyday transactions. Many collectors also look for special varieties within the Kennedy $50 series. Sometimes small differences in the design, die polishing lines, or minting variations can create unique collectible varieties. These varieties may not be obvious to the casual observer, but experienced collectors know that subtle details can transform an ordinary coin into a prized collectible. Because millions of people search through rolls of half-dollars hoping to find rare examples, the excitement of discovery keeps this hobby alive and growing every year. The market demand for Kennedy half-dollars remains strong because the coin connects history, art, and national identity. President Kennedy's legacy continues to inspire collectors, and the design itself has remained largely unchanged for decades. While the 1990p half-dollar may not always be worth millions, the possibility of finding a high-grade example or a rare mint error keeps collectors checking their coins carefully. Sometimes the most ordinary-looking coin can turn out to be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. For coin enthusiasts and beginners alike, examining coins like the 1990p Kennedy half-dollar is more than just a hobby. It's a journey into history. Every detail, from the portrait of President Kennedy to the powerful eagle on the reverse, tells a story about American culture and craftsmanship. Whether you are searching through coin rolls, exploring an old family collection, or simply learning about numismatics, this coin reminds us that even everyday pocket change can hold fascinating stories and surprising value.